Hello everyone, I am Shweta and welcome to my channel Analytics by Shweta. In today's video, we will learn how to do a dynamic chart type selection in Excel. What do we mean by chart type? You see, this is a drop-down box. Here, if I select data label, my data is presented in a tabular format. If I select column chart, the same data is presented in a column chart fashion. And if I select line chart, the same data is presented in a line with markers format. So you can use different chart types, to kind of represent your data. The data is the same, but how you represent it, what chart you use differs. So you can use bar chart, area chart, any kind of chart which you require. So let's see how do we create this chart. If you see, I have already created a column chart and a line with markers. I'll quickly run through how do you do this. You select your chart, you go to insert and you insert a column chart. If you see in our column chart, the axis is 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we have both the years and the units sold. We just want the units sold. So you delete the years. Now instead of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we want the axis. So select format axis. Sorry, not format axis. Select your chart. Go to select data. Here select edit and select this. So you see, now you have your axis. The rest is just formatting, that is removing the grid lines, changing the color and adding data labels. So I hope you understood how to create the column chart. I'll just delete this. Next, we'll do a line with markers. You go here, you go to line chart, go to line with markers and select your line with markers chart over here. We will just increase the format data series, go to fill and in the marker options, just do built-in and just increase the marker size. The rest is just adding data labels, changing the colors, removing the grid lines, the axis, making the font bold. So just formatting options. So this is how you create a line with markers chart. The third is very important. You select your table, you do Control C, then select somewhere else, do paste, and you see this last linked picture, select that. So you have this as a linked picture. So anything you update over here will also update here and also in the charts. Now the next step, what you need to do is to create name ranges. So you go to your data point, firstly in the table, select the area around the data table and go here and name it as data table. You can give any name you want, just don't have spaces between it and don't use a reserved Excel function for your name range name. So once you write it on this left hand side, just do enter. So now if you select data table, you see this particular section is being highlighted. Let us just add some space over here. Now do the same thing for these charts. Select the area around the chart and name it. So I will name this as column chart and enter. And for the next, I will go here and name it as line chart. So if you go here and select column chart, you see this section is highlighted. If you select data table, this section is highlighted. And if you select line chart, this section is highlighted. I have also given the names over here. Now, how do we do this? First, go to an empty screen. Make sure in this chart where you have all your data, there is no grid lines present. Then in this sheet, go to insert, go to developer and insert a combo box. So I've put a combo box out here next to format controls. In this combo box, what do we want to show? We want to show these three things. So I select these three. Now I need to give it a cell link. So select any particular cell and do OK. So now if you see, if I select data table, I get 1 over here. If I select line chart, I get 2 over here. And if I select column chart, I get 3 over here. Now what you need to do is select any one blank cell and copy it. Then go somewhere else and in paste a linked picture. And in that linked picture where you see in the formula bar, write any of your name range. For example, I am using line chart and I do enter. So you see here, I can see my line chart over here, but I want it to be dynamic. If you see currently column chart is selected, so a column chart should show. So how do we make this dynamic? So the first step is write this formula. Choose anywhere you can write this formula and select that index which you have given for your combo chart and do OK. Then lock that particular cell, then do comma. So in the index we are saying if we select the first value is the data table. So if you say data table, the second value is the line chart. So I'll say line chart. And the third value is the column chart. How have I determined this? Just a minute. I've closed this formula and I say column chart. So choose the index. Then I have said the first value is, because in the list of combo box, the first value which applies is the data table. The second value is the line chart and the third value is the column chart. That is why I have written it in this fashion. I close it. Please don't do enter because you will get an error. Copy this formula, escape, go to formula, go to name manager, and we will create a new name range. Here we will go and we will paste it. Let's give a new name. Select, pick, and we say OK and we close it. We don't require this formula, so just delete it. Let's have a look again at all our name ranges. Our three name ranges for our data table, column chart and line chart, and the select pick which we have written the choose function where we have given the serial number index column and then we have given data table, line chart and column chart. Now what you need to do is in this particular chart over here where we had given line chart, we go and delete it and we say select pick, that choose formula name range which we have written, select that and do enter. So if you see, we have column chart. Let's do data table, we see a data table. Let's do line chart. We see a line chart. So it's a dynamic chart type selection. You can use this when you want to give users the functionality to desire what type of chart they want. If they don't like the data to show in a column chart and they want to see it in a pie chart or a donut chart or a line chart, any particular chart which you want, you can use this. So this is how it works. If you see here, this particular chart is completely blank. If I go here and I add grid lines to the mix, you see here, you can see your grid lines over here because this is a linked picture. It shows exactly what is present in this screen. So that's the reason. Ensure that your grid lines are off so that your data shows clean and are more visually appealing. So this is how you create this chart. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification for more updates. Thank you for your time and have a nice day.